and your lowest form. Subhana man dun mulki wa malakut. In this holy month of Zulqidah, the tajalli of Allah zikr upon the soul of Sayyidina Muhammad Subhana man dun mulki wa malakut. Glory be to the one of the earth and of the heavens. Mulki wa malakut is the particle and the wave. The world of form is a particle and the world of malakut is the wave, because there's no form. So it means that this understanding of losing the form, not living by the form, and that our example in nature is a seed. And this is not Allah's intention, is just to have seeds, but we were supposed to come to this earth and plant ourself, dissolve ourself of ourself, so that something greater would appear from me and within me. So there's something great within me, not the physicality that Allah gave. Physicality with all its perfections and imperfections is nothing for Allah. Allah looks to the surah, to the soul of His creation. Our life was then to begin to take a course and a way and a path to losing the physicality, mawta qabla al-mawt, to die before we die. Die in the sense that to bring down the importance of the physicality, and that becomes the whole tariqah should be based on bringing down the physical importance and training people. This is the specialty of Mawlana Shah Naqshband, on how to connect. And through the connection and the energy you don't have to kill the physicality, you lower its energy field. You don't have to destroy the rizq of people to get their attention. This is all about bringing down the energy field of the mulk. And how do we bring energy when it's devoid of us, we don't have it within ourselves. Then we connect to a stronger energy field. So there's a microwave you can connect to, use your television.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That many people are connected to, your mobile devices that everyone's connected to. So now the marada, the nefarious creatures of the unseen, they know muraqabah too, and they have humans making muraqabah to everything other than awliya. So when people, oh, what's the daleel of muraqabah? You're sitting in your house and making muraqabah to your phone, right? It's glued in your hand, it's emitting applied neurosciences. The phone is interfering with your entire energy field, manipulating and sending energy into your face and into your hands. Spiritual people will feel their hands get very hot when they touch the phone. It's interfering, you're the battery source, it has a small battery but it's using your energy field because the jinn inside of its technology to bring you what you want, because they understand madad too. But they're the madad of dunya. What do you want? Pizza? Press this button. What do you want? A ride? Here's a car. What do you want? This article? Here it comes. So they're doing the madad but to the wrong direction. Not to say you throw your phone because then they'll come and say, oh Shaykh, why you're talking on a phone, why do you say that? No, we know all these things, yes, don't have to point out the obvious. But we're teaching you that you have no balance. If all the material world is doing and teaching muraqabah except the people of muraqabah. So the jinns know this, they have you making muraqabah on your TV because you sit there for hours and it's sending a faiz and energy. Then when you get distracted, you know it's harder to watch TV now because it goes quickly to TikTok, because the dopamine that it sends and the energy it sends to you is more stimulating because every 30 seconds there's a new content. So that shaitan knows how to send the right muraqabah for the student. So the whole world are their students but they're connecting to dunya. So then Allah says, no, okay, this is the dunya, you're not going to disconnect and grab your goat and go up into the mountains yet. Maybe at some point you will grab your goat and go to the mountains and drink your milk. But until that time that we're in dunya, then what we got to do? Connect with heavenly sources. That you got to put the shaitan muraqabah down every now and then. It's time for salah, you call the salah, go into your salah, go tahiyyat and give your salams. As soon as you finish with the salah, don't leave. When you learn that muraqabah, in 2 seconds you basically make your connection exactly how we described before, asking for that connection, and send your faiz to me, Ya Rabbi, open up your Divinely energies and bring into my field of energy my shaykh, and from his shaykh to his shaykh to his shaykh to the presence of the owner of the energy fields, which is Sayyidina Muhammad. And as a result of just a few minutes of making that connection and say that to dress me and breathe either with that energy, do the awrad if that's at your time at asr or maghrib if your time, or fajr time is your time. Do your awrad in your muraqabah or just breathe in the muraqabah, play some salawats to recharge your energy, visualize yourself you did the muraqabah and asking, Shaykh, now let's and you take me to Madinatul Munawwarah, and that we sit at Rawza Sharif in the presence of Prophet's holy grave and Rawza Sharif. And in our muraqabah listening to the salawats and breathing and doing the durood al-sharif, few minutes at every salah, at every salah, at every salah, so that you're picking up divine energy fields and you find yourself heating up. You find yourself getting more and more energy, casting away negative energies. And then your fuel for the entire day is your durood. You take your tasbih, make your salawats. If you're busy with your hands and working, you do your zikr khafi, because it's your energy, it's your source of power. You find your wave reality with this madad and the connection with the shaykhs, it's coming in strong enough to begin to dissolve your particle reality. And then you find now if the particle on somebody is strong, they begin to do muraqabah. When they do the muraqabah, what's happening? The muraqabah becomes stronger and the particle is collapsing. When the muraqabah becomes stronger and stronger, it begins to collapse the particle until the muraqabah becomes overwhelming in its power over the servant, and the energy is dressing them and blessing them. And as a result of that, now they're feeling the wave. When they feel the wave reality, this is why the foundation is muraqabah. When the shaykh and you've trained yourself, you make your madad, you make your connection, now you're more in a wave energy, you've destroyed the muraqabah. What happens now when you go for salah? You're flying. So we say, Allahu Akbar. There's no distraction because you're in an energy field. If you trained yourself to go into a wave reality, well the wave reality immediately flies. It's moving as a wave of energy, faster than the speed of thought, faster than the speed of sound. They only know the speed of sound, they think they can understand speed of light but they don't really understand it, but the speed of thought even faster. So immediately your wave reality is in Madinatul Munawwarah. From Madinatul Munawwarah into the heavens. The salah of that servant, could you compare that with a particle person? No, the salah is right there with them and shaitan. Shaitan within the person not letting anything to happen. But the salah of somebody who's moving as a wave and feels the wave vibrations means their ibadah is at the realm of light. As a result when they pray their energy is going somewhere and coming back full. With what? With knowledges, with realities, with everything. We can't even imagine when the light enters into the domain of the heavens, what Allah addresses that light and that the servant brings it back into their reality. And when they connect to Prophet what type of energies are coming when they're doing and they achieve their wave reality. What's happening when they're making their durood al-sharif, that with every salawat their soul is moving into the lights of Prophet being dressed by those lights, coming back to their being. Coming back to what? To dress them, to bless them, to fill them with lights. Now what is a particle doing? Nothing, it just stood there. Even it lived 80 years on this earth, it stood there for 80 years, went nowhere and brought nothing back. That's why Prophet described that the one who makes tafakkur for 1 hour, it's as if 70 years of ibadah. This was the formula of Einstein. The Prophet was describing at that time the speed of light. That if you move at the speed of light, instant you move, you come back 70 years has moved from this earth. Because you move at the realm of light which can't be imagined, has no speed, and by the time you come back into the mulk 70 years has transpired. And then we described before, then imagine and have to tafakkur and contemplate. Then imagine those whom if they pray in their wave reality, where their soul goes, how long has it been there, and you still see them, oh this salah was about 10 minutes and it's over. What did they describe when Prophet went for Isra wal Miraj? Sayyidina Aisha said what? He described all of Isra and Miraj, came back and I felt his bed is still warm. Means the physical only saw this as a moment, but the one whom went for Miraj describes it as an eternity. I went here, I did this, I did those things. Prophet never even described how long was that Miraj. It was only discussed in the world of in the world of form that I felt the bed and it was still warm. Because this has to do with the haqqaiq of light, and now imagine above light the speed of thought. So then the one whom sits in their wave reality and achieving more and more and to the degree of what is opening for them, they begin to make the durood al-sharif and their soul is going to Prophet into the wave and into the lights of Prophet and he puts upon them because he's Rasul Kareem. He dresses upon their soul, blesses upon their soul, gives all the remedies upon their light, and then their light comes back to them, filled and fulfilled. Because these are from the eternal heavenly realities. So this is what the reality of muraqabah, and this is what shaitan is doing to his murids. But he's not shaitan kareem, he's the accursed one, he's not the generous shaitan, he's the accursed one. So when they load onto these devices, he's pulling their energy, he's taking their soul, he's missing the eye of hayat, and his nur is completely false. So his reality is to pull from humans to give to his shayateen because they don't have. Where's shaitan getting power from? These are all these creatures, all these different beings, all the different categories of beings that are not taking from heavenly powers. Why they want to come to the children of Adam and Eve? Because they want their soul, they want the energy of their soul. They're harvesting power. وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي Adam. They realize this creation is an immense power cell with miraculous powers, and as a result these devices are devised to farm the energy off of people. You see like charging stations, they line them up to charge everything. All the devices they release to us are what? They're farming our energy until they deplete you like a movie. We had some anime guys putting out where the demons are like breathing in and leaving everything shriveled and destroyed. Literally that's what they're doing with all their devices. Say, Shaykh, but you're using, yeah we know we're using the devices. This is a given, otherwise we'd have to close our station, grab our goat and go to the mountain. Then you wouldn't be informed and nobody would be informed. So the reality is that shaitan is doing this. Our responsibility is we should be connecting to a heavenly source, and that heavenly source is so generous, it give you more than enough to combat what shaitan is doing. Because Allah described, they plan and we plan better, but you have to be in Allah's plan. But if you surrender yourself to shayateen, then you cannot use the verse that, oh shaitan plans and Allah plans better, because Allah says, you didn't accept my plan. You are beholden to the shayateen and their plans, but you didn't follow any plan from me. So then never was a people destroyed except that a warner came. So it means that these are the days in which Allah Prophet is giving to us, connect to heavenly sources. As the shaitans are depleting us from 6 different directions, muraqabah is like an energy plug from paradises. As soon as we put the plug in, it's countering these energies that shaitan is doing. You don't throw it all away and go, otherwise how can people reach and do da'wah and to do all of the things they have to do, what they promised Allah to do. But what is necessary is to make their connection, and as a result of their connection what's happening? Their binary code. If you lose and negate ourselves to be a nukht, Allah will show the One. Allah will dress you from the One and then all our life choices is to be nukht, ya nukht, and everything exists within that nukht. Shaykh, but I'm going to lose this, Shaykh I'm going to lose this argument, there's going to be this, it doesn't matter. Every power is in that nukht. If the servant reaches to nukht, what happens? The One is dressing them. That One it dressed the servants is Hadith al-Qudsi. So say, Shaykh, where's the proof of you being dressed by the One? It's the Hadith al-Qudsi that we teach. They did their fard, they did what was mandatory, but this way of Nuh is based on love. It's not mandatory. People can say, no, I want to take my right, eye for an eye, go take your eye for eye. No, I want to take my money damages. No, then the third one was the highest, I want to put my affairs to Allah. As a result they submit to Allah, He begin to dress them. If Allah dressed the servant with the one, they have Divinely hearing, Divinely seeing, Divinely breath, Divinely hands, Divinely feet, and they have power of kun fayakun, and they are Rabbaniyun. They learned the book which is Prophet and they taught the book, means they taught about Sayyidina Muhammad. So these are immense times, immense openings, all these tajallis coming in this holy month for the preparation of the holy month of Zul Hajj. I strongly recommend, a part of our curriculum is that people have the Hajj book. It's not about going to Hajj, it's the reality of our entire life. Every year is an intention for pilgrimage. So what was the purpose of the pilgrimage? Not the external that everybody's doing, getting the hotel, going and going around, going here, get the water, come back, no. But in the Hajj book was the reality. What did Kaaba stand for? What did Madinatul Munawwarah stand for? What was this whole reality and haqqaiq of what? Lam and Alif. When you get the Hajj book you understand now the reality of Lam and Alif. Every year we start Muharram, we end on Zul Hajj. If one time it clicks for you that year that, my goodness, that the Hajj is actually the pilgrimage to the Kawthar. It was not about the stones, it was symbolic of its haqqaiq and its reality. And from the haqqaiq of 9, the 12th month is a Kawthar of 108. So every year these awliya, these Kawthari awliya, they're taking everybody on a pilgrimage to the Kawthar. Because they are Kawthari, they dispense the Kawthar and they take people to the Kawthar. And the Kawthar is the fountain of abundance where everything is existing from its reality. We pray that Allah dress us and bless us with the immensities of these nights, these holy nights, and the blessings of the birth of Imam Sharafuddin Sultan al-Awliya, Imam Shaykh Sharafuddin Daghestani Qaddasallahu Siru, and that his nazar be upon us, his nazar be upon our families and communities, and that to keep us under the immensity of the Naqshbandiyatul Aliyah and its ulum and its blessings, its fountains of realities that are from the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad inshaAllah, and the heart of Imam Mahdi on this earth right now. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha. Sharafuddin bimadadikum inshaAllah. Remember, let's try to stay on focus, gentlemen. The people are new, yeah they're new, but then they can be directed to the emails and inshaAllah. So what do we have from our SMC family, all the people online, mashaAllah, all the people doing zikrs in their homes and gatherings, and alhamdulillah, big mawlid coming for Northern California, our beatific 11th annual Mawlid al-Nabi for BC, Vancouver. So alhamdulillah, we have lot on our plate that Allah keep us alive until that time, keep us safe. It's the greatest insurance policy of our lives. People will come and offer many insurance policies, alhamdulillah that's for your families. The greatest insurance policy is the Milad al-Nabi that Allah give us strength, mental faculties, abilities, everything, so that to Tahzim al-Nabi to magnify and glorify the beatific name of Prophet in the filthiness of this dunya. And it brings a light and a hope and an oasis of prosperity, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam. Put the mic check a little bit closer, it seems like you're far away.
Sayyidi, can the number 19, which is related to both AI and Bismillah, suggest that Bismillah would protect us from challenges posed by AI?
Oh, yeah, nice. Have you seen like a action movie? Every time there's an action hero, there's the nemesis. Because shaitan knows the reality but humanity doesn't know the reality. So when shaitan announces it first, then what happens humanity? Oh, you're copying the dark things? No, the dark things copied us. So it means that Prophet is the superhero and shaitan is continuously chasing after that reality and offering his take on everything. So every knowledge that Allah is granting, shaitan is manipulating and bringing it for his murids, his creation, his servants of Allah's creation. So this is a given in this game. As there are structures for awliya, there are structures for his organizations. And he tries to make it similar in number and understanding, so this is the game that shaitan plays. 19 is from awwal al-akhir, from the beginning of one and to the end, and the khatam and the seal of all prophecy and the haqqaiq of Sayyidina Muhammad. And that the 19 letters of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim are Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein, because Prophet is the secret of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So these are the immensities of the power of 19 and the reality of 19. So no doubt shaitan is trying to imitate, thinking, I have also power of 19, look it's this artificial intelligence and it's a puppet show, because people think it's something that is in a computer program and it's not, it's a jinn and jinns. So the jinn are being asked and they're giving answers. And we said they're going to turn on quantum, which then is the big marada, big shayateen that you don't usually deal with because they destroy everything. They don't listen to anyone, they're not servants of anyone, and they in servitude and destroy everything that comes into their contact. So when they start to turn on those devices, then it's complete destruction and nothing controllable. So these are all of these haqqaiqs that they're trying to understand. So they're trying to bring a computer that is not binary and not on and off but in a continuous state of on, which is what? The heavens. Where Prophet described, I have a face with the Creator and I have a face with creation, means it's a dual state. And Ayat al-Kursi is describing that power. Isn't the dual state described by Ayat al-Kursi? Where neither sleep nor slumber overtaketh him. Because if there was a moment where it was off, well what would happen to creation? That if Prophet blinked then what would happen? Shaitan did something, took over something, the kingdom fell. So not a blink of an eye. Prophet don't leave me from my nafs, not blink of an eye. So that Prophet is not sleep nor slumber his soul. And the arwah and the soul of Prophet is governing this entire creation. And that Allah doesn't sit on a chair because the chair can't hold Allah. Allah has no shape, no form and no likeness. Allah sits upon the heart of His creation. So the heart of His creation, Allah sits upon the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad so. This is the 11. One you will never see, La ilaha illallah. The one you see, Muhammadun Rasulullah. But that other one, what happened? Its power is inside the one. It is the power of Muhammadun Rasulullah. And that's the Qawbu Qawsaini or Adna, that's the Zulfiqar. So these are all these haqqaiqs coming into the Kawthar. So the shaitans they're doing and say, yeah we have knowledges, we have these softwares, because everything they have to do has to be mechanical and from technology. Allah's realities are from the heart. The highest tech is the tech within the heart of the servant of Allah, bringing knowledges that doesn't even need to log on. How the heart of the shaykhs are speaking when they're not plugged into anything, they're not powered by anything or anyone, because their tech is more powerful than theirs. Insan Allah described as created weak. So people can't think themselves strong, their technology is not strong, everything has an inherent weakness. They said that all of this technology that people built and made themselves so happy with, before the shaitanic system was what? Because men were of a lesser nature, they came to them and said, we're going to build you huge structures and we're going to put these huge statues in front of your village, so that when your enemies come, what happens? Your enemies will say, what kind of people are these? Who built these things? And they run. If any man can build this, he's going to destroy us. And that's how they gain the worshipness of people. They build mighty temples, amazing structures, but they said, kill 10,000 people a day for us. And this was their bargain. We give you our technology, you make sacrifices and blaspheme against Allah. They do the same thing now. They go from nation to nation, we're going to give you technology. All of a sudden smartphone appear. Who has smartphone? These people were in horses and buggies. Now we're going to give you AI. It goes to every other nation and give different technologies, so that now give us the favour, we want to take the people here and don't mention it. We take them and they disappear. And nobody talks about them as if they don't exist. But this is the same system they have always had upon this earth. It's a bartering and trading. They come and say, here's some of our technologies and our abilities, give us the death and sacrifice and the use and mutilation of people. This has always been the system of shayateen on this earth. InshaAllah, Allah give us a strength and understanding and how to reach towards these realities.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, does a powerful heart which is always connected to the Divine serve as an energy jammer against malicious energies attempting to harm us?
InshaAllah, I think we talked last night that everybody has, the government has energy jammers. You go into certain areas your phone doesn't work anymore. Who's doing that? So they have an ability to stop your phone from transmitting and receiving in sensitive areas. The spiritual heart must also have that ability. This is the whole concept of energy, the book on energy, the book on tafakkur, the book on contemplations. This must be an obvious that if you connect your heart, the energy that you're going to build is what? Is going to be jamming the shaitans from entering and emitting a frequency that disturbs them. So everything is based on energy, inshaAllah. You have to get the energy book, you have to get the meditation books, you have to sort of take the course curriculum, get all of the material so that all of this makes sense. And it's not just, this we didn't cover, these are all in our books. So this is our whole system of energy and the world of light. How to enter that world of light, how to understand the world of light, how to combat all the negative forces that are coming against insan, inshaAllah, and human beings.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, last night's solar flare which created many different lights worldwide, what does this mean in terms of the world of light?
Means that the sun is sending from the Surat al-Qadr we described, Salaamun hiya hatta matla al-fajr. That this is emissions from the sun. So when the emissions of the sun are coming strong onto this earth, these are the energy fields. There's only certain points of the earth that you can actually see the tajalli. But now the transmission from the sun is coming in so strong, they said you're going to see it everywhere. And I think for 3 days it will be emitting tajallis. And we described before for people who want to understand tajalli, if you get the energy book and understand this dunya like a bathtub of rats. If you give the rats enough space they leave each other alone. But if you begin to emit an energy on that bathtub, by agitating the rats what happens? They start to attack each other. So the tajalli that make a believer to feel good burns a disbeliever, because the rats around them getting agitated because they feel themselves restricted. And we said before, as they inflict upon God's kingdom and God's servants their harm and they think they can harm God's kingdom, they can harm innocence, that's a fight against Allah. When you kill children you're fighting Allah, you're fighting God Almighty, because they're closest to God. They have innocence and purity, they've recently left paradise to come onto this earth. So when they ask these demons, why do the demons do this and sacrifice children? They say, because they have a fight with God and these are the ones dearest to Him. So when they try to fight God and inflict harm upon God's servants, Allah will inflict harm upon them. And the immensity is the tajallis that come bring immense blessings upon believers, but like a fire against disbelievers. Same tajalli, because it's a heavenly light. قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ. Tell them when the truth begins to come, falsehood will perish. And falsehood by its nature zahukan, because it shatters in the tajalli, it burns by that tajalli. So by the grace of God coming down, not everybody is going to enjoy that grace. So those whom they did an atom's weight of good will see the good. If they did an atom's weight of bad, they will see the bad. So means then these are the times to do what? If we say God's anger is coming, they have judgment of my Lord is coming down, judgment of my Lord is coming down. All over the South they would sing these songs in the Western world. Means if judgment of Allah is coming down, this is the time to get an atom's weight of good. Don't postpone it. You want to support the mawlid, don't say, I'm going to support it next month, you may be dead by then. No one knows, no man knows what comes for him tomorrow. Do your deed today, don't put off good deeds. You put off sins and sayyat, you don't put off hasanat. People are quick to do their sins but postpone their hasanat. Oh, I'll do it later. But the sin, oh no, right away they jump into sin. So no, we have to reverse the system. We said, no, we have to do our hasanat right away so that Allah dress us from that goodness, and Ya Rabbi postpone something sinful. Keep fighting yourself, no, 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 until Allah take it away from your heart, your mind, your vision and your thoughts. This becomes the safety. This is a servant of Allah. The shaitan throws the khatar and they keep saying, no, 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 and Allah sends inspiration, they act immediately on do the goodness. But now everybody going the reverse way where Allah says, inspires them, do this goodness, okay I'll do it 5 months from now, 4 months from now. Shaitan sends a thought, okay, and they act on it. The minute it came they act upon it. This is not the servanthood of Allah. And these are the difficulties of these days because judgment of Allah coming down. So these good deeds then should be a shield and a protection, and that same tajalli is going to burn many people. God's grace has a weight. If the deeds were truly evil, again people make sins, we talked about that previous month, no problem. You make istighfar, but if your evilness entered your heart and you take pleasure in the suffering of God's creation, then Allah's judgment coming down. Nowhere to hide from that judgment except with the love of Prophet inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, when we are shaken by testing, we see traits emerge that we didn't even know existed within ourselves. Are these hidden jinn energies that surface during times of testing and try to take control?
You're gonna get fired. See, what is this? This is like stating these obvious things. Or the jinn energy is coming down. Everything is based on jinn. Anytime you do something good you're fighting the negative energy, every time you do something good then it's coming from Allah. So our whole life is about struggling against the badness and the incorrect and everything that the shaitan's an avowed enemy. What do we say in Surah Yasin? Aduwwun mubin. Don't go accept the Siratul Mustaqim, and the shaitan is aduwwun mubin, is your avowed enemy, that's it. You should call him shaitan, you want to call him jinn, you want to call him energy. Allah says, he's your avowed enemy. Don't do anything but Siratul Mustaqim, which is Prophet. So there can be 1,000 variations of these questions and we don't want to ask each one because go to the core of it. The core is, of course shaitan is fighting us on every level, at every corner, at every moment. We have to make our connection and connection strong inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, you mentioned holding iron in our hand becomes a power. Can we do meditation while holding iron?
InshaAllah. I think we had one time, a long time we had iron bars. Yeah, you get the iron and meditate. And yeah, you can get iron things and you hold them and it has an energy. And in the house if you have like an iron then you hold it and as it moves it burns anything negative. Because these beings also the same, the good ones like we described, they take the same tajalli and it's a blessing for them. The bad ones, these tajallis burn them. The same tajalli that coming, this is Allah's miracle. that what is a treasure for one is like trash for another, is going to burn them. Now how to make ourselves that this become a treasure is by a clean heart, a pure heart, a sincere heart. That I know I sin, I know I do wrong, Ya Rabbi forgive me, I have love for Prophet love for his creation. It's not about not sinning but not letting evilness enter the heart. And keep the love and keep the ishq and continuously show our loves so that it manifests and it bothers shaitan. Because remember the system is opposite, where we want from Allah we do right away, what shaitan inspires postpone. Another world is the opposite, whatever shaitan inspires they do and say, oh sorry I don't know why I did that. And whatever Allah wants they postpone until they forgot about it and they never enacted it, never did it, never responded to it. This is the opposite of servanthood. That's it. InshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon, as-salaamun al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi-hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa Sayyid Surat al-Fatiha.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.